clutch delay valve delete. Here's the slave cylinder. This came from up here. There's just two bolts to get it out. Super simple, here and here, and it just pops out. As you can see, mine is leaking, so I'm going to replace this. I tried to rebuild this when I made a mistake and had this pop out when I was doing my clutch. And I rebuilt it and resealed it, but it didn't seal all the way. Okay, so I've clamped this off, because you don't want to have to bleed more than you have to. Get a couple wrenches. You're going to need, I believe, a 17. Let's check it out. Yeah, 17. So that goes right on the actual clutch delay valve. Now, the clutch delay valve is that little piece right there. It's a bit rusted. That's the one that we want to get rid of. So we're going to unscrew this, take out the clutch delay valve, and screw this back in down under here in this grommet. Okay? So let's just go ahead and do that. Once you get this going, it's not that hard to undo. Make sure you have a little catch can. If you have a lift, use it. Okay, there we go. So this is the clutch delay valve here. Alright, you're right. 17 and 17. Now, take a look. That's how restrictive it is. I don't know if you can see that. If there's any light getting through. That slows the action of hydraulic fluid, preventing the clutch from snapping onto the flywheel too quickly. Okay, so if you know how to drive, you can get rid of that. Yep, this goes up in here. Screw that guy back in. Everything's so slippery. And that is a clutch delay valve delete. Okay, so I just did a clutch delay valve delete, and these are going to be my first impressions of what it's like to drive with one. Let's not hit the other cars in the drive. So we just ran over a wheel chock. Okay, so apparently pulling away in first gear feels totally different. So let's give that a try. Okay, this is definitely a distinct difference. It's like the clutch engages. I don't want to say earlier, but it's like it engages with more zest. Right, shifting. Yeah, that felt totally different. My clutch pedal actually feels different. If I was to describe the difference in the clutch pedal, maybe this is just the way that I bled it, or maybe it wasn't bled properly before. But now, clutch pedal, the throw feels shorter and it kind of softens right at the end. So yeah, pulling away in first feels totally different, and the shift from first to second is supposed to feel different too. Pretty smooth. You tell me. That's actually completely different. See, there's a lot of people online have said that it doesn't change the drivability that much, and some people have said that it's night and day. I think that might have something to do with the different slave cylinders and the different models of E46s, but this honestly feels totally different. So let's just do a downshift in a second. Everything is a lot snappier. It's kind of like the difference, I'm trying to think of like a way of describing it. It's like the difference between like slamming a door shut and slamming a door shut that has one of those handicap hydraulic systems attached to it. This is the slamming the door shut when there's nothing else. You just let go of the clutch and it just engages. It almost seems redundant to explain to you that a clutch delay valve delays the clutch engaging, but that's exactly what I can feel. That's the huge difference. I was worried that deleting the clutch delay valve was going to make, like if I messed up a downshift rev matching, I was worried that the clutch delay valve would help smooth it out. To be honest, it doesn't seem to, it's almost like the clutch burns a little bit and it just engages properly. So I feel like the shift from third to fourth isn't going to feel really any different. Everything just kind of feels a little bit smoother. It's almost like there's one less step when you shift a gear. I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. I would do it if I was you. Yeah, that feels much better. Well, you have my vote. Do the clutch delay valve delete. And do it yourself, because it's really easy. I didn't even have to bleed the clutch, actually. I thought that I did something wrong, but as soon as you clamp the hose and remove the delay valve, just put it all back together, maybe bleed it a little bit, you'll get a little bit of air bubbles, but on my first pump of the clutch pedal and the first bleed, everything was completely fine. I guess we'll find out tomorrow if I have a little bit of air in the system. Alright, clutch delay valve. Do it.